you all. Now, the monies that you all were supposed to get, these monies should go to those traffickers for the carrots and whatever spoil. These monies should use to them. No pay. Andre Lewis, you pay them. Now, I believe there should be a solution like this, harsh, that we bring the SSU, the RRU, get those PRA if they still have around, put the workers that refuse to work without a cause outside, and let the PRA and them come and empty those sheep and do. You can't put the country at still. Are we in the war in Ukraine? Andre Lewis, come on. I used to support you, but this one, you're very wrong. So come on, because the Prime Minister is very lenient, he has a conscience, a live and living heart. Don't take advantage. No pay for you all workers. Andre Lewis pay you all and utilize the money for the traffickers. Thank you. Have a good one.
You have a good day yourself, caller, and thanks for chiming in this morning. I'm not sure folks may agree with you on the statements you made, but you have a right to make the statement that you did. I'm not sure if everybody's going to be in agreement with you, but you know what issue that happens when folks think they strike and didn't get paid. That could be an issue there. So, something to think about. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much indeed for taking my call. This first caller has beat me to the point.
Yes.
Every word that this first caller has said.
So you agree? You agreeing with her, caller, that the folks who are strike shouldn't get paid?
100%. My boy, I'm very disappointed in Andre Lewis. I'm very, very, very disappointed. And I believe, well, the Prime Minister has a good, nice, genuine heart. I have already called him the deacon, him, and all his members, ministers, and whatnot. They are doing a very wonderful job. And for those who are trying to destabilize, bring down, sabotage, and whatnot, etc., I wish that the Constitution, the law, will take effect. Because I think I remember in a guy sometime last week on a different radio program, I believe what he said his name is Mango Mouth or something like that. And some of the comments he has made, I tell you, these people should be held accountable for the behavior because they're looking to destabilize a young government that has just come in. Now, let me say something. I spoke on a different program one time, and a lady called and she said, I gain money from these people. But let me see, it's 39 years, 40 years now as an ex-detainee. I am suffering, not knowing where my next meal comes from. Fruits and vegetables, that's what I eat. I mean, that's the best food to eat in any case. But I don't know. Money, well, I'm indebted to so many different people in this country. And I don't know where I'm getting money from to pay them. Thank God, some of these people don't really rush me down. They have an understanding. Anyway, have a good day, sir.
Thank you, sir. 435-2041. 435-2041. It's an open line edition of To The Point for today, Friday. We're back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Hello, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Great. Okay. I want to make an observation. Well, to the authorities, meaning to the government. My concern is about security in the country, not just because of the two robberies we have had recently. At night, sometime early after 9 p.m., you are not seeing mobile, neither foot patrol by the police officers. And I'm also concerned about security at the international airport. I'm not saying we have to militarize. They are not police officers. For example, Saturday, there were 4 large commercial jets on the ground, 2 American Airlines, JetBlue, and British Airways. And you are not seeing the physical presence. We know what has happened, how the world has changed since 9/11, we heavily dependent on tourism, and foreigners are coming here. We do not know who is who, etc., how they can harm the country, etc. I would like, for the presence of police officers and for us as citizens to feel more safe with having mobile and at times foot patrol by the police. Thanks very much.
Thank you for your contribution. But generally, folks would say Grenada is a very peaceful country, so sometimes we may not see the police patrolling at night as we may see in other parts of the world, where police is a 24-hour job where they're always patrolling and moving around. But generally, Grenada is a peaceful country, and I understand where the caller is coming from. Maybe we'd like to see some more, patrol. Know that as a way of distracting the folks who wants to, prey on others and doing that. So maybe that could detract them from wanting to do that. Maybe that could help. But generally, we are a peaceful country, so sometimes the police don't get out and do that patrol as much as they should have. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Mr. Telesford, good morning, and how are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty all right. Mr. Telesford, I live in the Northeast.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these people who do the debushing. For instance, this morning, they were right next to me where I live. They came in about 6:45. After that, it started raining in the shelter. Then they stand up, they eat, they talk, then they do a little thing, and they're gone already. They didn't stay long. About let us say about 9:15. They're gone home, so what is going on? I mean, you don't get money just like that, you have to work for your money.
So you're saying there should be some supervision?
Yes, the supervisor is one of them,
maybe the supervisor needs to be supervised. Maybe the supervisor needs to be supervised.
She come dressed up like a circus horse, and she pass, or sometimes she don't come at all. And they gone home. Another thing is, I've been hearing that Mr. Panchu is holding a computer for the government of Grenada. It is rumored, or it is said, that he said the computer crashed and he threw it away. You don't throw government property like that. It is not yours. If it crashed, bring it in. Let the government or whichever ministry verify that it crashed and it's of no use. You don't destroy people's property or the government property like that. And it's about going on 4 months, or after 4 months, you're holding the computer hostage because it is not yours. Give it up. Mr. Pancho, you're a disgrace to the Seventh-day Adventist Church and to all of us Grenadians. Do the right thing for once in your life. Have a good day, Mr. Telesford.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. 435-2041. And it's to the point for today, Friday. An open line edition. Let me say good morning to those of you via our Facebook page, via the comment section, taking a look at that. There's just general statements been made this morning. Folks are just greeting each other. Good morning to you all. So let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes. I think we, as human beings, we should start thinking a little bit more positive. We have a lot of problems, and for people just backing here and biting one another, you don't solve problems like that, because the situation on the port, many of us doesn't know what is the problem. So I think people should try to take it easy and wait on time to see what could work out. Too much of bacchanal and so on. So the Bible tell you, blessed are the peacemakers. And if we don't like peace and we like bacchanal, therefore we wouldn't be blessed. So let us see how we could make peace and see how we can solve our problem by taking time. Give time a chance. Okay?
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 445-2041. That's the number to get on that, to the point this morning, that open line edition, which gives you, our viewers and listeners, the option of calling and stating your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Good morning, caller. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Go right ahead with your comment.
Yes, sir. I'm calling from Grenville, sir. You have some people passing. Hello?
Go right ahead with your comment, sir. Go right ahead.
There are some people passing in a van and keeping people things in the land, sir, in Grenville here.
People are passing with a vehicle and stealing stuff. Did you report it to the police? Huh? Have you reported it to the police, whatever you are seeing?
I reported it, not first time, but the police not doing anything about it, sir. They're not.
Have you tried presenting some evidence to the police that about the folks, maybe a picture of the vehicle that you see taking the stuff away? Have you ever tried all of that?
Yes, sir. I told them that, sir. I told them that. They tell me what they're going to look into it. They're going to call me back. Up to now, no one hasn't called me back, sir.
All right. Well, that's a sad state. Certainly hope that will be dealt with pretty soon by the police.
Yes, sir. Our system in Grenville is lacking, man. It's lacking, and I'm getting sick with it, man. We're paying tax and stuff like that, and the officers are not doing what they need to do.
All right.
They're not.
All right. Certainly hope the police are listening and they will look into that issue for you.
That's why you see this young man, Akimanju, if he's in that force, those things wouldn't be going on because he could work and he'll deal with those criminals. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. 445-2041, 445, and the individual said he did speak to the police, but sometimes you need to present some evidence to the police also. Yeah, hey, there's some pictures of this is the individual, this is the vehicle that has been passing around, and they, and doing this or doing that, and maybe they will seriously look into it by evidence being presented. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, good morning. And how are you, sir?
Doing pretty good.
That's nice, sir. Glad hearing your voice, sir. I want to say something and make a statement. Is Mr. Andrew Lewis is the union man name?
Yes, I think so. Yes, I think so. Yes, he is.
Right, sir. I would like Mr. Andrew Lewis to look back at the time with Mr. Hubbard Blaze, Dr. Kit Mitchell, and Miss that union woman, she's the ambassador in Miss Clarice Charles, and the man who was in charge, and the same Chester Humphrey, when they locked down the put with the same attitude, and they had a signal, they didn't give no signal, and they locked down the put to get rid of Hubbard Blaze, to make him sell the shares in the telephone company, to pay the teacher, the same civil servant and the teachers. And we jump up. I was involved in it. And if you know my voice, you know who's speaking. I was involved in it right way, and the carnage, jumping and joking and whining. They look it, sell it, and pay us. We want we money and we want it now. That was to get rid of Hubbard Blaze. After that, when he gets through with that, if we end up with Mr. Brizan, he took the Nabat Brizan. And when he finished with it, he come back and he juke it back at Tillman. And today he turned back and he juke it again against the Prime Minister today. This is something, not even a signal. Everywhere else that they have union problem, they just give a signal. They does give a signal. But they don't give no signal. They just lock down the country like if it's theirs. But remember, the things that they're doing, go turn back to them. You see how Chester end up? Chester is doing it on you say you want mass man. That's the same thing. And all of them still together doing the same thing. And Chester is the advisor. Right? Because I hear the ex-Prime Minister say that they're going to advise the union. And they talk about the Christmas going to be out as kind of what you call the press Christmas. Right? And then when you block the put, what about the people who are the children? They look at barrel, the family sending things for them, and you lock it down. And then you tell me, the last time when he take the teacher's money was close to Christmas, he take the teacher's money from them, and they steal someone money from them, that they couldn't even give their friend and their good family something good for the Christmas. This is the same thing they turn around doing to this government. Kit Mitchell and the whole team of them, they're too wicked and dark-minded. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Have a great day. Also, call 435-2041. We're due for a break. Let's take our first break in this segment. when we come back, we entertain more of your phone calls. We're coming right back. Don't touch it all. It's To The Point for today, Friday.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily Pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play Pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money
All the Christmas classics are on Yuletide Sundays from November 13th to December 18th, 2022, 5 to 7 p.m. on Classic Radio and GBN Television with Godfrey Augustine and Janelle McDonald. Made possible by Claire Vision Eye Center and Gittins Healthcare.
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by
Flow,
West Hall Rums,
Hard On Plus,
Judy Free Caribbean Holdings,
Ace Hardware,
Gittins Healthcare, and
Grenville Credit Union.
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by
Flow,
West Hall Rums,
Hard On Plus,
Judy Free Caribbean Holdings,
Ace Hardware,
Gittins Healthcare, and
Grenville Credit Union.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers this morning. It's Friday, the 18th day of November. It's To The Point, an open line edition this morning. Let's go back to the phone line and say good morning to the caller. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, just a thought and an observation.
Yes.
Right now, at this point in time, our cruise ship season is open. We got visitors coming into the island, and this is the observation part of it. I notice, sometimes you walk around town and you see a lot of the visitors just, happy, free-go-lucky, walking around the town, which is really good because obviously they must have been told Grenada is a pretty safe place to go and visit if you want it. I wonder if the authorities, which is the Ministry of Tourism and the RGPA, if they had taken into consideration, it will not be a good site. And I just use the word site, but it would not be nice for one of these tourists or visitors to be robbed in the heart of St. George's. So I wonder if they have plainclothes police officers on patrol, especially, it should be done 7 days a week or 6 days a week, but let's say during the tourist season, when the cruise ships are in, whether they have plainclothes police officers on the beat around the town or towns. That would be nice because it wouldn't be nice to have a bad stain on Grenada. Secondly, you notice a lot of them go around with buses all over the island. Have they considered as well having plainclothes police officers at some of these destinations where they're going to visit? Because, you know, you can see what is happening in Grenada at this point in time, because whether it's because of the festive season or not. These guys who are going around doing the crime, they probably wouldn't even consider who you are. Once they could get what they want, they will rob you. So it will not be a nice sight for them when they reach back and one of them being robbed. And then they put restrictions on visitors coming to Grenada. The ship may come, but the people wouldn't want to come ashore.
Point taken, goal.
I believe the Ministry of Tourism and the RGPS could hopefully look into it. If they have not, or they may have, I don't know, but probably something need to consider.
All right. Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller, and point taken. And you made some very valuable points there, caller. Maybe the authorities could look into that. Maybe it could be the Ministry of Tourism in collaboration with the Royal Grenada Police Force look into that. And that is definitely some interesting points there. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, TG or GT.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, I'd like to make a contribution about what's happening in Grenada at this time with the unions trying to shut down Grenada. The leaders, I think, have been encouraged in doing this action. It's a good government that is trying to run the country and doing the best they can. Why the leaders, like I prefer not to call name, but the leaders have not been supportive of the government. From the time this new government come in, the leaders of the union have been deliberately doing all in their power to make the government look bad. And I believe there is some sort of compensation going around with the action of the leaders. If they were going to see the trouble the people are having, why then do they do that? They love Grenada so much.
All right, thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041. Let me go to the Facebook comment section and see some of the comments that have been thrown out there this morning before I do entertain another caller. And Ernesto, yes, I did. Let me throw this out again, and this is a bit of a reminder for the folks inside of Mount Rodney. Don't forget they're cleaning out. They actually will come on out this weekend. They're cleaning up the drains at the Mount Rodney course due to the breakwater project, which is destroying the course, and they're asking you folks to come on out and be part of. There'll be a little bit of refreshments and so will be served, and so you're welcome to come on out and participate in helping to that cleanup campaign, if you could say it in that way. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, Mr. Telesphore, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Sometimes I really try to keep quiet and don't speak and don't say anything, don't call. But you see the situation at Grenada Port? This thing is not just on the surface. That's a plan. That's something that was done to undermine the administration. The opposition, I believe, has part to do with this. As one of your callers suggested, that what was done in the past and what is done now, this thing is planned in order to undermine this new administration. And I want these people, especially the union people, I listened to one of them sometime on your program, and believe me, the tone, the way he speaks, you could have seen that something was afoot. So I'm not surprised at this. So I'm advising Grenadians, don't make trouble. Pray. This is why we need God. Because you see, the heart of man is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked, says the Lord. And we have spiritual wickedness in this country in very high places, and it's widespread. So the only thing that could counteract it and let God deliver the nation from a precipice we were going to push over. And they're very disappointed that God pulled us back. And so they want to continue to push us back to where we come from.
Thank you, caller.
God would not allow it.
Thank you so much.
I'm asking Grenadians to pray. 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 Thank you.
Thank you so much. 445-2041. And let's take a peek at some of the comments, if there's any comment that we can throw this morning. But let's go back to the phone lines. The lines seem to be pretty busy this morning. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Why this man get knocked out? That is the big problem when nobody knows.
I am missing your point, caller. What are you saying?
Just so.
All right. Well, let's get us another caller. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
See this lady who just called? She's hiding behind a blanket of spirituality. She's putting a lot of enmity in the country.
Thank you, caller.
Terrible thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's a number to get on to the point this morning. Here, it's an open line edition this morning, folks, which means callers, you have the option of calling and share your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, JT.
Good morning to you.
And how are you?
Doing good.
Okay. I just want to make a point, please.
Go right ahead.
Now, what the union leader is doing there, he thinks that he is fighting the country, but he most fighting them poor traffickers that had to take out their money to buy these things and them in Trinidad to bring here and sell. No part of the government, these government ministers, and them, yes, it's affecting the country, it's affecting the government. But it's the poor people in Grenada that had the things on the port to look into go and sell little things from the barrel. And to show you that they don't have a good point, they agree for the woman to stay home for 3 months without pay and then transfer her in another government department. If she was so right, why they didn't say, okay then, bring her back there to work and pay her for 3 months? The union leader agreed for she stay home for 3 months. So that is to show you he is not doing a good thing for Grenada. But boy, God above will show us something. And when things happening to people, they'll say, oh, somebody passed hand on them. But God above, that will be passing the hand on them.
Thank you, caller.
So much and have a nice day.
You too, caller. Have yourself a great day. 435-2041. Let's take another caller, and after this caller, we'll take a break. Let's take. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Hello?
Good morning, caller. Welcome.
I was saying just now, why this man get knocked off? Nobody is saying why he get knocked off, but everybody just talking all the time. The most important thing, why this man get knocked off. That's important. Not the government, this and this and this. Why the man get knocked off? The worker get the right for strike too. Why get knocked off?
All right, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. We drew for a break. Let's take a break. We're coming right back with more of your phone calls here on To The Point. It's an open line edition today. We're coming right back.
Vaccine safety is always a top priority. Like other vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccines being developed have been through the same trial phases and rigorous process required for all vaccines. Global efforts on the development of the vaccines are built on existing research from previous coronaviruses like MERS and SARS-1. As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for their broad use in the population, be reassured that they will continue to be monitored to identify any adverse events. Your safety is our top priority. Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
On the road with the NLA, live on Hot 98, Thursdays at 10 a.m. and on GBN Television, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Meet the players, the agents, learn more about the exciting games of the NLA and how it has been transforming lives across the country. Promotion runs until December 15th.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers this morning to The Point, an open line edition, giving you, our viewers and listeners, the option of calling in and sharing your views and concerns this morning. We do have a caller. Let's go back to the line and see who's there. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yes, please, thank you. Now, what I feel is this: what is going on the WAF there is very scandalous. If anything is illegitimate or illegal, I think the people who cause it should be brought before the law, and those who are participating in an illegal strike, they should be dismissed. The government should get alternative individuals to fill in the space for a national reason, because this is an emergency. And I believe the government should take its own action now and don't let the country fall victim to a number of infidels. Thank you.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. We take in your phone calls this morning. Share your views and concerns here on To The Point. Let's take a peek at the WhatsApp this morning, see if anyone is making a comment. And someone is saying good morning. What the caller said about the Akim Andrew, he's so right. People could say whatever they want about the young man, but he deal with reports I made before, and I got satisfaction. This is the first time I saw police in Grenada, and that police is Akim Andrew. I guess he's talking about the young man who had that particular issue there. And so he's saying maybe he was right in terms of what he doing, but I don't think folks may agree with you in terms of saying that. No. Let's go back to the Facebook page this morning. Let's see the comments there that we need to throw this morning. And someone is saying, bring her back in another department to make more mischief. I guess that person is commenting in terms of what the previous caller made. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Judy, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I just want to make a special appeal to the delivery people who ride in the motor scooter.
Yes.
The reckless riding is going to cost you all your lives and somebody else. I was in the traffic last night coming up, and a guy, before I could have indicated, he just passed. No, if I driving like most of the bus men, dead. Because they have motor scooters, they feel it is okay to just weave and bob through traffic. No, yeah, you on your hustle and you want to go and deliver somebody food. But when you're on the ground in pain or you're dead, the food's staying right there with you. So, this kind of a stupid kind of a riding ain't making sense for $2. And we've seen what happening. They playing their invincible, and one, when he passed me, he opened out his both arms. This kind of a movie thing, and our roads are not designed for that because we don't have bike lanes and so on. And we know that some people just drive reckless.
All right.
So it's just for them to really, slow down a bit, because it's a bike you're riding, so you have less protection already. But when not even a bike, a motor scooter you're riding. So you have nothing to really protect you if you're going head on to a vehicle or something like that.
Point taken, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. 435-2041. Let's go to the WhatsApp comment section and we see Fitzroy saying, what I cannot understand, how can a union leader agreeing with the wrongdoing on a job? In my belief, I think this action action on the port is politically political motivated, as the individual is saying. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning. I guess we lost that caller there. And let's try another call and see if we could get this one. Caller, good morning, welcome. Good morning to you, caller. And I'm not sure what's happening there. I should be able to get that one in.
Yes,
caller, good
Mr.
morning.
Telesford?
Good morning to you, sir.
Something went wrong there?
Seems so.
Listen, good morning, greetings to the people. Listen, you've heard me said from time to time. Oh, what a tangle where we weave when first we practice to deceive, where we can use that in the past. Oh, what a tangle web we have weaved because we practiced to deceive. Grenell built on deceit a hypocrisy. That is why I always see happening. But here, no. I want to speak a bit briefly on a news item yesterday even involving a brother in our country with a very serious disability, a double amputee. I know I heard and listened well to the alacrity which the radio station had a field day, the television station. Of course they believe they're doing well for this goodly gentleman because they have things to talk about. What I want them to do is to do a documentary on the status and plight of all the people with disabilities in this country, and you will see. Grenadians have to know that there are Grenadians who die in their houses for lack of medication. People with disabilities, amputees, blind people, paraplegic people, refer to those that weak, demeaningly called Broco and all them sort of thing, and others. People die in this country for lack of treatment. People die frustrated in this country for lack of habilitation and rehabilitation because of a disability. And the United Nations has a convention established, and the government of Grenada refuses to attend to it and to pay it. That man is entitled to by international convention to be not to be treated as a king and separately and different to anybody else. But isn't what he had to do to go there and beg and cry to see if he get that they are supposed to be in this modern time in this here country. The people with disabilities in the country, whatever the disability may be, is entitled to the protection of the state of Grenada. That is established in Article 4 of the Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. So I want to call on the state of Grenada, the so-called Governor General, because that department, that organ, has sequestered the plight and status of people with disabilities. And I have a bunch of crooks soliciting cash and kind in the name of people with disabilities in this country to live their own lives, while the people of Grenada, the people with disabilities in this here country, catch the royal nenen. And it is time we intervene on this thing and get it corrected once and for all. December will be the month as established by the United Nations Convention for the Rights of People with Disabilities. I'm waiting to hear what they had to say. I wish the man well, and I wish what he got and has started to receive will continue, and that too will overflow all the other people with disabilities in this here country, that we begin complying with international law. The convention was established to put into place for immediate implementation in 2012. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford.
Thank you so much, sir, for your contribution also. 445-2041. That's a number for you to be part of To The Point this morning. It's an open line edition. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning.
No, this lady in South Villager, Jesus Christ, right? So I expect her to be living in the example of Jesus Christ. She came on this morning and making assertions, right? She ain't sure what she's saying, if it's truth or not. I don't think that Jesus Christ practice, right? She established herself as a prayer warrior and a Jesus Christ follower, but she was struggling. Right? So I find it's time that this lady stop that. She's more political than Christian, and she should say that, right? So it's time that she comes straight, right? She supported the teachers and them for the 4% when they wasn't doing anything. She didn't call about that. She didn't see no collaboration, no political party collaborating in that. So it's time, Ms. Jeremiah, please. Declare yourself.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's a number to be part of To The Point this morning. That open line edition that we're entertaining this morning. And let's go back to the phone line. See who's there. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I find we attacking the wrong set of people this morning on the calling program. Not the lady that locked down the port. I find they should attack the one who is responsible for the port lockdown. And I also want to say to the poor traffickers, operate like if God is in control. Don't worry, the poor thing. Sometimes you could have get all your goods and you don't have sale. Sometimes you could have get all your goods, you fall sick, you can't even go to sell. So if you operate like God is in control, you might not make this year, but next year, who knows, sometimes you might call on the port authority to lock down the port around Christmas time again, force you to do good next year.
All right. Thank you, Gola. Thank you so much this morning. 435-2041. We're moving up to 15 minutes before the top of the hour. We're going to take a break after this caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, sir. How things?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
All right. That situation I heard about it on the porch, huh? But that means there is something the matter with that. If the lady has to be suspended.
Caller, for some reason, you're not coming through pretty clear. I'm not sure what the reason or reasons behind that, but I don't think it's a problem.
Any better now?
Better. Yeah, better.
Yeah. Yes. So what I'm saying is that being a children suspended for 3 months, yeah? That means there is something there is some wrongdoing somewhere. And I think that if that was so, then a strike action should not be the first result of the union. They should have stick to see the result of the matter otherwise. But that action they take, I think it was a drastic one, and hearing the reports now that to be suspended for 3 months and to be transferred after that, then that there is something in there that was not right. So I think that the actions of the union to call a strike action there, that was not a good one.
All right, caller.
That was not a good one.
Thank you for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. Yeah. We due for a break. Let's take it, and we come back into our sign-off segment when we do come back after the break. Stay with us here on To The Point.
The pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
back inside to the point this morning here on K105 and GBN TV, our social media platforms. Good morning to you, especially those of you via the Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being part of To The Point for today. It's an open line edition. When folks, our listeners and viewers, you have the option of calling in and sharing your views and concerns. Those of you via social media platform, Facebook, and you also have the option of stating your comment via the comment section. You can also use a WhatsApp to send a comment also. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hi, good morning to you and to your followers. This morning I wanted to speak a bit about the situation with our young men in our country, but probably there isn't enough time to do that, so I would revert to speak about what's happening at the port, which is very, very sad. To me, it is unwarranted. It cannot be justified, and my understanding of that situation is that we have two tails wagging two dogs. I agree with most of the callers on the matter of that strike, how it was initiated, and it seems as though the members pushed the union to do something that probably they were not ready to do or should not have done, but they did it. And based on the correspondence I'm seeing from the union, so in other words, that dog is being wagged by its tail, the union I mean. And based on if the correspondence I've seen in social media written by the union is correct, meaning that the government and the union had come to an agreement for the resolution of that matter, why is it not resolved? Who is wagging that tail elsewhere that's preventing the government or frustrating it from resolving this matter, and why? So, in summary, as I said, it seems as though we have two dogs two dogs being wagged by their tails. We know who's wagging the union's tail. The tail is wagging the union. We don't know which tail is wagging the government. And it would be interesting to know who is that tail that's preventing the government from accomplishing what it seems to have agreed to do. That's all I'll say on this for now.
All right. Thank you, caller, for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. 435. And we go to the Facebook comment section this morning before I grab another caller. I would like the PM to take a picture from Ronald Reagan and our neighbor Ralph Gonzalez. That's when the union strike on the port and the country was losing millions a day. They took the action by calling the people on retirement to come back to work and give them a contract and leave the union leader to continue with their strike, which came to an end. So I'm calling on the PM to do the same for Grenada's sake. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. How are you?
Good, very good, GT. There's so many things one could talk about, but first of all, let me say that it seems as though we are really nearing the end of this hurricane season, and so far, so good. Let's hope that we don't get a surprise. But at the same time, let's not think that that we are so special that we've been spared and not prepare for the ensuing season. In fact, we should start preparing for the ensuing season even when the season ends, the current season ends. One of the problems we have in this country is how to resolve conflict. We see it play out in relationship with people, with individuals, within families, in schools, and even in churches. I think somebody was saying the other day that there must be some kind of maybe entity that whenever there's a problem, especially at the national level, it can be referred to there. I mean, it was supposed to be the labor commissioner, but based on how things evolve over years, we probably need something else. And I know that the University of the West Indies, supported by Canada, was trying to set up what is called alternative dispute resolution entities. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, apparently, the people that got involved, the professionals, it was meant to broaden into the community and so on. That didn't happen. And then, although there was an attempt to have some community people trained, I was one of those. And an organization was supposed to be set up. Nothing really have happened because the organization failed to take off. But I think that going forward, we should encourage the practice of conflict resolution so that it becomes so much an art that regardless of the level in the society, we could resolve it without much friction or without much, anxiety to one another. Finally, yesterday I was on a number of sessions both in the region and in the United States, related to primarily mental health. The one in the Caribbean last night was about climate change and mental health. The one in the States yesterday was about the anxiety people are facing in relation to the impending recession. It would seem as though that we, particularly in Grenada, don't really take mental health and wellness seriously because we think, no problem. But in fact, it has been proven that there's a greater effect on people's mental health. Even in the case of a hurricane, the effect is greater than the physical part. Because some people still live on, like for instance, every time a weather system passes about to come, people are still worked up in terms of the effect, the trauma that have impacted on them in the past. I hope that we could have more conversation on that, GT, and really get our people in line. I think we have become more responsible as a people. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution also this morning. 435-2041. Just barely 5 minutes left on today's program. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
The caller before we spoke about, hurricane and stuff like that, what I'm saying? And I want to just go back a little bit. I saw GBN show about news last night that they're going to be like, I think, a fish place in Sobeys, right? And I'm just saying that I really thought the government would have reclaimed land there because the cities are almost in the road. Reclaim the land, go right back to Grenville and build a new city in Grenville. Because Grenville is an old city. And we need to build a new city. But I'm just saying that it's estimated that sea level is gonna rise by 1 foot in the next 10 years. 1 foot. Mm-hmm. So people put a little building on that sea edge, and reclaim land and make sure that building is secure properly, and secure the whole road and the network, secure the whole area there. I think you're just spinning up in one. So my thing is that area is very shallow. Work with a company, maybe Kenny Chuckin or somebody, and reclaim all the lands there. And then you can do that project there, like a new city in Grenville.
All right.
Have a nice day, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much, caller. We probably have time to entertain maybe one more caller on today's program, and we take a wrap To the Point for this week. It's our final edition for this particular week, folks. Our next edition will come around for you. Will be on Monday of next week. So our final caller this morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hi, GT. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Okay. I just wanted to find out, there is a concern. If they say they're giving the pensioners gratuity and pension, you don't think those that are already getting a pension should get the gratuity?
Well, it should.
What do you think?
Well, I'm assuming once you are qualified for it, you should be.
Yes, because if you already getting a pension, I find they should be giving the gratuity for those people who didn't get.
All right. Anyway, caller. I guess you could speak to someone in authority about that, and they may be able to help you. Thank you so much for calling in. Hey, folks, that's what we take a wrap for today as a program here on GBN TV and K105 Radio. Join us again next week for another edition of To The Point. Thank you once again for all who participated, whether it's via phone call, your comments, whether it was via the Facebook comment section or WhatsApp. Thank you so much. Join us again for another edition. Have yourself a peaceful day and a great weekend weekend to come. Until, have a good one. This is why I say goodbye for To The Point for today. All the best, folks. Have a good day.